Now, I guess many of you have been watching possibly a few of my previous videos and were wondering what I was up to. Number of the videos were actually parts of this machine that I was working on. What you're looking at here is an Oliver 190D bottom scroll sander, and it was made and designed in the 30s. This one, I believe, dates in the 40s. It's a fairly early model with the cast. Much of the things have changed, but this one was in atrocious condition. The motor was wired 440, but being run on 220, and so I sprayed the windings with a new insulation, rewired it to 220, and got that running properly. The table insert was really a rough casting, and it was only this portion of the casting, and your piece fit in here. So I routed this out. There's a video on my site that shows me using a handheld router to route this. And this machine will take up to 1.5 inch belts, different belts with different platens. And so you would change this. I may make these in bearings bronze so that they actually limit the play of that, but they're very easy to install. I like that arrangement much better. I changed out the switchgear to what I thought was a little more period appropriate. An Allen Bradley 709 magnetic starter and a control station. I'm not sure if you can see that, but the Bakelite knobs, I made these. The Bakelite knobs were pretty chewed up. This you know, is industrial, and it was in the Gibbard Furniture Factory, and got quite a bit of abuse. Not abuse, but 70, 80 years worth of work. You know, the Screamin' Chicken badge was in not bad shape, but I do believe that it had been reworked. All I did was clean, left the ink background, just actually did the white, but in a kind of a distressed, dirty white, and I'm going to leave that what it is. There's very shallow relief here. The Oliver badges are not anywhere near as highly thick as the Wadkin badges, and they're a little more delicate to work on. The table has got about 8 or 9 nickel rods in it. The edge was all busted up. It's a fairly thin table, and you know, I don't know, got hit or whatever. The interior is red oxide primer. The pulley, I made this pulley. The pulley that came with it was the inappropriate size, and I have a video showing that, but basically, you know, the bearings had spun inside these. The caps were useless. I redid new aluminum caps in 61 aluminum, added lock washers because some of these locking positions had lost. This bottom one has a little lock under here, and this wheel was wobbling like a drunken sailor. I have a number of you know, new things. Made a bronze handle. I thought it needed a handle, but I see in the papers that there's a little spring here that would lock that. polished the Oliver silver to sort of show up white. Color scheme on this is a matte white, semi-gloss black, flat black, oxidized primer, and red high gloss. I didn't really want it to be, you know, really shiny. I don't like shiny. Now, this is a really interesting machine in that you'll see that this belt comes up out of the table and very narrow, so you can drop inside sanding parts. You can sand the inside of a mortise, things that you would normally have to do by hand. And because it's a 12-foot belt, you're not going to really run that out. You know, so I thought you'd like to see it running. And I've got the rotary phase on. So there it is there. See, I'll grab a piece of, this is a detailed sander, so it's not really for you know, that's a really fine paper. It's not really for reaping on, although you probably could, but you can see this is it's not the most solid. The work in here is really paid off. These are running true with new bearings. I recut seats and a number of things. And it actually is pretty cool to watch. You know, so I really like it. I always did like the magnetic starter, and this one I think is just lovely. But is that nice or what? Very interesting sander. Very, very interesting. Of course, you know, you can drop in and sand the inside of a square, see? Isn't that neat? Right to the inside corner. Thanks for watching.